South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. But he died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from From the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning.
All righty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program for this Sunday, and we come to you live and direct from the gaming capital, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at our studio station, and of course at the studio at the South Point Hotel Complex here on Las Vegas Boulevard and the South Point streaming studios here as well. We welcome you to the show. And, of course, we welcome everybody listening to us on our local radio station here, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM, and all of the other platforms that we have. The websites, the apps for your devices, your Google phone, your iPhone, your Android. You get the apps there for YouTube and KSHP. And, of course, anywhere you get your podcasting. Simply put, however, wherever, whenever. Welcome to the Race Day Show. You can see behind us, we're counting down to the Breeders' Cup now. We've got 32 days and counting to the Breeders' Cup. And we have a lot of Breeders' Cup win-and-you're-in type of races that have happened over this weekend. And next week is going to be really, really something. When we finally turn the page to October, the final Breeders' Cup win-and-you're-in races will be in coming up. There'll be 4 at Belmont at Aqueduct. There'll be 8 at Keeneland. Keeneland opens on Friday because today is closing day at Churchill Downs. So Friday is opening day at Keeneland, and they'll start off with Breeders' Cup win-and-you're-in races there, and 3 more at Santa Anita after today. After today at Santa Anita. Now, as far as coming up on Friday at Keeneland, you'll have 2 Breeders' Cup win-and-you're-in races at Belmont at Aqueduct on Friday. And you'll have 3 more at Keeneland on their opening day on Friday. So Friday, there'll be 5 Breeders' Cup win-and-you're-in races. And then on Saturday, they come back with 1 at Belmont at Aqueduct. As a matter of fact, make that 2 at Belmont at Aqueduct, as I see here. And Keeneland will have 1, 2, 3 there, and Santa Anita will have 3. So they're all bulking up at the beginning of October, obviously, because at the beginning of November, it'll be Breeders' Cup Day. So all of the Breeders' Cup win-and-you're-in races are coming up within the next week and a half. I can tell you this. We have 2 more Breeders' Cup win-and-you're-in races today. They're both at Santa Anita. They are the Santa Anita Sprint Championship and the Zenyatta Stakes. And I can tell you that they're going to be interesting fields, that's for sure, today at Santa Anita. So taking a look at all of that, taking a look now at the weather to see how the weather's going to play out here in the racing centers. Not so much here in Las Vegas because it's always fast, firm, and perfect in the race book. But as far as the racing centers are concerned, you got a lot of action going on over the East Coast, but it's in the Southeast. They got those, I think there's 2 hurricanes that are like 800 miles apart that are coming right up along the path of the East Coast, but it's the East Coast out on the Atlantic. So it may very well have residuals, though. The hurricanes won't hit mainland, but it'll have residuals as far as the rain is concerned up and down the East Coast. I believe they said up until about Wednesday. But down at Gulfstream Park in Miami, there might be a little bit of action of the rain going on today with those hurricanes right offshore. So, and right now in Miami, it's 85 degrees and with rain, which means 85 and rain down there in Florida. It's going to be a real muggy day down there. 85 degrees and partly cloudy here in New York. You've got Chicago, sunny and 78 degrees. Southern California, overcast and 80 degrees there. Here in Las Vegas right now, we're at 70 degrees, and it's overcast here as well. We got clouds here. They say that we may have a little bit of rain going on here in Las Vegas this morning, and then it'll be just cloudy and a touch and go for the rest of the day. But we're going to get up to 84 degrees. Always fast, firm, and perfect in the book, though, so don't worry about that. Phoenix, Arizona, 86 degrees. Hot spot. The hot spots seem to be in the Midwest. Kansas City, 90. Rapid City, 90. San Antonio, 92. Houston, 90. So you get the message there as far as that's concerned. So the heat is more towards the Midwest and going right from north to south there. But as far as the racing centers, maybe they're down in Miami. It's going to be a little bit dicey. Okay, we have a mandatory payout in the Pick 6 at Churchill Downs today. It is closing day at Churchill Downs, so they give it the mandatory Pick 6 carryover. It's a 20-cent base bet, remember. And the mandatory Pick 6 carryover at Churchill Downs stands at $214,090. $214,090 in the Pick 6 jackpot at Churchill Downs. You take the jackpot provision off, and the best tickets in the Pick 6 today will chop up not only that carryover money, but all the money bet into it today. And again, it's a 20-cent base bet. So it's kind of like a little bit of a handicapping contest going on today at Churchill Downs. One of the key horses for the Breeders' Cup Sprint and their connections have decided no mas. Bookham Dano. Bookham Dano is not going to run in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Now, you know that his regular rider is Paco Lopez, but that wasn't the only reason, at least trainer Derek Ryan stated for the Daily Racing Form. Derek Ryan said, "I was never keen on going to the Breeders' Cup anyway, and with the disgraceful thing they are doing to Paco Lopez, we're going to call it a year and send him to Florida to freshen up for the next season. Paco is the hardest working jockey around and has definitely been a major reason for the success of this horse. And he's had a great season. So, as a result of Paco Lopez being, as he called it, disgracefully a disgrace of what they're doing to him, and a lot of people think it's unfair as well, Bookham Dano is not going to go in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. But now today, at Santa Anita, there will be horses that are going for the Breeders' Cup Sprint. And let's see if I can punch it up here. The big race today at Santa Anita is for the sprinters is the Santa Anita Sprint Championship. And in this race, last year's Breeders' Cup Sprint winner, Straight No Chaser, is the 7-5 favorite in that one. John Velasquez is going to ride for Dan Blacker. Remember that Velasquez rode Straight No Chaser in the Breeders' Cup, winning that sprint last year. So he's coming out to California to ride the 7-5 favorite Straight No Chaser in the Breeders' Cup win race today, the Santa Anita Sprint Championship. And there are 8 horses in the race, but he is the big favorite. Dr. Beckman, who will break from post 1. Straight No Chaser will break in post 2. So Dr. Beckman is going to break in post 1. They'll be right next to each other. Right now, he's the second choice on the morning line at 3-1. And then, of course, the Zenyatta Stakes later on. And we'll get to those 2 stakes races with Jonathan Hardin a little bit later. But those are the 2 Breeders' Cup winning or in races for today. All right. I want to thank Rich Eng for his college football pick yesterday. Oregon beating Penn State outright at Penn State. He's got an NFL pick for us, as well as Jonathan Ardoon will be back with us. So will John Leno and Jerry J. Why don't we take a look now at the action of what happened yesterday. Belmont at Aqueduct had 5 stakes races yesterday. Early in the day, though, Kendrick Carmouche got his first win of the day for Linda Rice in the second race, paying $6.66. And then came the first of the 5 stakes races yesterday at Belmont at Aqueduct. That was the 4th race on the card. It was the Belmont Turf Sprint. The winner there was Allegan. Allegan, with Dylan Davis aboard for Edward Allred, paid $11.36, outrunning Bold Journey and 26 Black, who finished 3rd. In the $500,000 Grade 1 Joe Hirsch Turf Classic at 1.5 miles on the grass, the winner there was Rebel Romance. This horse is just something else. Trained by Charles Appleby, owned by Godolphin, you know. Frankie Dettori went gate to wire on Rebel's Romance, just cantered out on the pace, and really nobody ever really threatened this horse. Rebel Romance wins and pays $3.28, like cattle on the ranch and money in the bank. He, of course, will be going on to the Breeders' Cup. Restricting was Gallant second, and El Cordobez finished third. Charles Appleby and Godolphin finished first and third in that race. Then the Woodward Stakes at 1 1/8 on the main track. Now, the Woodward had 7 original horses entered, but as we found out yesterday, a lot of the horses were double entered for other races coming up. And so out of the 7 horses, 4 were scratched. Always Aaron, Willie Dees, Film Star, and Gold were all scratched yesterday from the Woodward. That left a field of just 3. In the race, Phileas Fogg went out on an easy, uncontested pace under Kendrick Carmouche and looked like he was gone. It looked like he had everything his own way. But at the top of the stretch, Locked, who was tracking him in second, rolled up on the inside and was stride for stride with him. And then Phileas Fogg kind of pulled away. John Velasquez, who was on Locked, came off the rail, went to the outside, and then re-engaged. And at the finish, Locked caught Phileas Fogg to win the Woodward Stakes. Locked wins it. John Velasquez, Todd Pletcher, $4.46 as the second favorite in that 3-horse field. Finishing third in the race was Post Time, who was never in the race. And then Kendrick Carmouche got his second win of the day, however, in the 7th race for Jim Ryerson, paying $7.26. The 8th race was the Gallant Bloom. The winner there was R Disaster, Jose Ortiz aboard for Tony Matera. R Disaster wins easily, paying $4.24 as the big favorite in that race. Patricia Ann was second. Sterling Silver was third. Then we move on to the Vosburg at 7 furlongs. This Grade 3 is a Breeders' Cup winning your in race. And the winner to get into the Breeders' Cup, if they choose, was Patriot Spirit. Patriot Spirit under Javier Castellano for Mike Campbell. Wins the race, paying $7.22, outrunning Crazy Mason. And Scotland, who was up and battling, but just never finished the job and finished third in the race. Time of the race, by the way, was 1:21.84 100ths for the 7 furlongs. Dylan Davis got his second win of the day in the 10th race for Chad Brown, paying $14.12. And Jose Ortiz and Mike Maker capped off the late double by winning the 11th race together, paying $26.46. And then the last race together, paying $5.86. By the way, that 11th race, the $26 winner, ignited a superfecta payoff in that race of $16,414.52. They did hit the pick 6 at Belmont Aqueduct yesterday, paid $16,578 and a penny. Churchill Downs. Irad Ortiz Jr. had multiple wins yesterday. He started out in the first race for Nick Vaccarazza, paying $10.92. Tyler Gaffleone had multiple winners yesterday. He started it out in the second race for David Jacobson, paying $4.54. Gaffleone came back in the 5th race for Mark Cassie, paying $4.38. A lot of favorites there yesterday. But there was a mix of good long shots as well, so much so that there was a carryover in the pick 6. But pick 6 paid over $4,000 yesterday, but as you know, mandatory payoff today. In the 7th race, Irad got his second win of the day for Bill Mott, paying $16.26. And then in the 2 feature races, the ACAC at a mile on the main, Tumbarumba rumbled by the 1-9 favorite, Most Wanted, to win the ACAC for Brian Lynch and Tyler Gaffleone. Gaffleone's second win, paying $16.78. Most Wanted was second, and Indispensable was third. In the other feature race of the day, the Lucas Classic, the winner there was the Derby winner, Mystic Dan. Boy, does he like that racetrack or what? Mystic Dan did the same thing he did in the Derby. He squeezed up the rail and got up to win the Lucas Classic. He is 4 for 6 at Churchill Downs. Mystic Dan, ridden yesterday by Francisco Arrieta. As you know, his regular rider, Brian Hernandez, was hurt. This was for Kenny McPeak, of course, paying $5.14, outrunning Disarm, who ran a big race, and Banishing, who was third in the race. Irad Ortiz Jr., by the way, got his third win of the day in the 9th race for Tom Amos, paying $5.70. And then Irad and Tom Amos both came back together to win the last race. Irad's fourth win of the day, Amos's second win of the day, paying $3.50. And as I say, pick six paid over $4,000. Santa Anita yesterday, 5 stakes races. Juan Hernandez started out his multiple win day in the first race for Brendan Galvin, paying $27.60. Then came the second race, Ghost of Midnight for Mark Glatt. This horse is 6 for 9. And Mr. Lescano aboard for the score, paying $4.40. Third race, a race for 2-year-old maiden fillies. The winner there was Cashed, who won very easily, by the way, for Umberto Rispoli's first win, and Doug O'Neill, $2.80. The first of the stakes races, the Breeders' Cup winner in City of Hope, was won by Johannes. Umberto Rispoli's second win of the day for Tim Yakteen, paid $2.40. Repeating a win in this very same race from last year to yesterday, he's in the Breeders' Cup. And then, of course, came the fifth race, a maiden race for 2-year-olds. Providence wins this race easily. Another 2-year-old unleashed by Bob Baffert. Juan Hernandez, second winner of the day, $2.80. So you put all of those favorites together, $4.40, $2.80, $2.40, and $2.80, and the early pick 4 paid $7.30. The sixth race was the John Henry Championship, Turf Championship there. Gold Phoenix won that race, as expected. Phil D'Amato's first win of the day. Umberto Rispoli's third win of the day, paying $5 even, outrunning Stay Hot and Spycatcher. In the eighth race, the Eddie D down the hill on the turf course. The Eddie D won by Reef Runner for David Fox. Armando Ayuso rode this one. Reef Runner paid $13. This was supposed to be a horse that Paco Lopez was supposed to ride. But Armando Ayuso got the win there for $13 there, outrunning Yellow Card and Sorrento Sky. If you remember, Reef Runner won that sprint at Del Mar and was disqualified. Remember that? Well, he came back and got his win yesterday in the Eddie D. In the ninth race, the Goodwood Stakes, a Breeders' Cup winning you're in for the Breeders' Cup Classic. The winner there was a Bob Baffert trainee, Nevada Beach. Mike Smith aboard for Bob Baffert's second win of the day, paying $19 even. This 3-year-old is coming on late, but he beat the big favorite Full Sorrento in the race, and Privman, another Baffert horse, who finished third. So Nevada Beach on his way to the Breeders' Cup Classic. And then in the final race, the John Harris on the turf, the winner there was Innovative. Ricky Gonzalez aboard, paying $27.40 for Phil D'Amato's second win of the day, outrunning Lee's Baby Girl and Warming, who finished third. All in all, pick 6 paid $14,548.80 yesterday at Santa Anita. Delaware Park had 3 stakes races. The Christiana won by Mischief in Motion for Angel Cruz and Mike Trombetta, paying $12.40. In the Eden Stakes, the winner there, Striker Has Dial for Jamie Rodriguez and Horatio DePaz, paying $3.20. And in the Kent Stakes, the winner there was Soil Voyant, Samuel Martin aboard there. Graham Motion Trains, paying $9.80. Pardon me for screwing up that French name. And at Laurel yesterday, the Laurel Futurity for 2-year-olds on the turf, won by Proton. Jorge Ruiz aboard for Graham Motion there, paying $3.40. And the Salima Stakes, Ultimate Love wins that race. Jorge Ruiz aboard for that one, too. So Ruiz wins both stakes races yesterday at Laurel. This one for Mike Trombetta, and paid $5 even. Ultimate Love is now unbeaten in 3 starts. All right. You got it all that happened yesterday. We got a lot that's happening today. So without any further ado, we'll go on to our first break. And when we come back, we'll have your racing menu, Jonathan Hardoon, Rich Eng, John Lindo, and Jerry J on your Sunday Race Day show. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Sunday. Time to get to your Sunday racing menu. Reminding you first, post times for this menu are that of the Pacific time zone. If you're not in it, adjust to it so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad, okay? We begin your racing menu today with Laurel Park. They've got 10 races at Laurel and a first post time at Laurel today set at 9:10. 9:10 at Laurel. Churchill Downs, closing day today for their short autumn meet at Churchill Downs. They have 10 races, mandatory payouts on everything. That includes that 20-cent pick six. The pick six jackpot carryover, and now the jackpot removed, stands at $214,090. $214,090 goes out the door today with the best tickets in the pick six. First post time for their 10-race finale is at 9:45. 9:45. At Churchill Downs today. Gulfstream Park, probably going to be under some tricky weather down there at Gulfstream. 10 races today. First post time is at 9:50. Their pick six jackpot carryover at Gulfstream today is $49,019 and a first post time of 9:50. Delaware Park. They had some stakes races yesterday. Got 3 more today and a good one. The Delaware Handicap is the $400,000 feature there today at a mile and 1/8 for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. This is a historic race. This is Delaware Handicap. 7 go to the post in this one. Majestic Oops is 9-5, but the favorite there is Dazzling Move at 3-2. 7 in the Delaware Handicap. That's the 8th. And then the Battery Park Stakes will be the 10th race on the card for $200,000. Gould's Gold, who was scratched yesterday, remember, in the Woodward, goes there today as the 8-5 favorite in that one. Delaware Park has a pick 5, a regular pick 5 carryover, $17,307. $17,307 in the Delaware Park pick 5. They got several pick 5s there, but that's one of the pick 5 carryovers. First post time at Delaware Park today is at 9:55. 9:55 at Delaware Park for their 10-race card. By the way, they also have the Wilmington Stakes. I forgot about that. That's the 6th race on the card at 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds. And in that race, the 2-1 favorite is Silver Slugger. So they got 3 stakes races today at Delaware. First post time, 9:55. Then we go to Woodbine. Woodbine's got a couple of carryovers. Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $6,596. And their carryover in the Super High 5 jackpot stands at $11,844. They have 11 races today. The $400,000 Breeders' Stakes is their mile-and-a-half turf feature for 3-year-olds. That's the 9th race on the card. 9 go to the post on that one, and Tom's Magic is the even money favorite there with Rafael Hernandez. First post time at Woodbine set at 10:05. And then we have the Belmont at Aqueduct. Belmont at Aqueduct today has 9 races. Their feature race is the Geoponte. That's the 8th race on the card at a mile on the inner turf course for 3-year-olds. 8 go to the post on that one. And the 5-2 favorite there is Capitol Hill with Junior Alvarado aboard. Good competitive 8-horse field, though, in the Geoponte. First post time for the 9 races at Belmont at Aqueduct is set at 10:10, 10:10 at Belmont at Aqueduct today. Hawthorne Racecourse has 9 races, a couple of stakes races. The Jean Elizabeth goes as the 3rd, and the Carrie Memorial goes as the 5th. 9 races today at Hawthorne, and a first post time there of 12:40. Then we get to Remington Park. Big day at Remington Park. 10 races there at Remington. 8 stakes races that are included among the stakes races. The David M. Vance is the 6th on the card. Silver Lance is the 5-2 favorite there. The Clever Trevor is the 7th on the card. And the favorite in that one is Fuel at 5-2. Then you have the Great Western Turf Sprint at 5 furlongs on the turf, a full field of 12 there. And the favorite, lukewarm at that, at 3-1, is usually wrong. And then the $200,000 Remington Park Oaks for the 3-year-old fillies at a mile and 16th will be the 9th race on the card. 7 go to the post in that one. Lemon Zest is the 5-2 favorite there with Luis Saez. Second choice is Runnin' and Gunnin' with Jose Ortiz aboard. And then the big race is the final one today at Remington Park. The 10th race, the $400,000 Grade 3 Oklahoma Derby at a mile and 1/8 for 3-year-olds. 8 go to the post before any scratches. Cole Battle will be scratched in the race. But the next favorite at 7-2 on the morning line is Publisher. Remember Publisher? I do. Publisher with Eric Asmussen aboard is now going to be the favorite in that one. First post time at Remington Park for the big racing day there is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Remington, 1 o'clock for their 10 races. Santa Anita also has a 1 o'clock post time today. They have 10 races, 2 Breeders' Cup Win You're In races. The Zenyatta will be the 7th race on the card at mile and 16th for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. A short, small, competitive field of 5. 7-5 favorite is Cavallari. 3-2 second choice is Richie. They're both trained by Bob Baffert. And then the 9th race, of course, is the Santa Anita Sprint Championship. 8 go to the post in that one. We already talked about it. Straight No Chaser is the 7-5 favorite there. Dr. Veckman is 3-1. But the second choice in the race is Imagination at 5-2 with Juan Hernandez aboard there. 10 races today at Santa Anita. Pick 6 carryover, $47,057. That's the regular pick 6 carryover at Santa Anita. $47,057. First post time, of course, is at 1 o'clock. And then we wrap it up in Los Alamitos in Southern California. Los Alamitos has 8 races, 1 thoroughbred, 3 mixed breed, 4 quarter horses. First post time at Los Al this evening is at 5:45. And that is your racing menu for today. And now we go out to Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine, my man. A little overcast today. We might get a little bit of rain, but that helps me turn the sprinklers off for a couple days.
There you go. We had some rain overnight, but today it looks like a beautiful day, and they're on the grass, so that's all good.
And that is, of course, at Belmont at Aqueduct, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, anything happened yesterday that kind of piqued your interest?
Well, Baffert winning that race at Santa Anita certainly makes things interesting because this is a lightly raced horse, Ralph. I believe he only had 4 starts going in.
Yeah.
So obviously he took the big step forward, and he's off to the Breeders' Cup Classic. I don't know if he's good enough to face the likes of Journalism and Sovereignty and those horses, but you never know. Lightly raced horses, it's Baffert, so they have a license to improve, and that one certainly improved yesterday.
Did you see the running of that race?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, we know Baffert had Privman in the race, and we know he had this horse in the race, the winner. Now, going down the backstretch, Full Serrano was the horse they had to beat, and he was on the lead. So Mike Smith made a premature, at least in this particular race, the way races usually run, it looked like a premature move with Nevada Beach to go up and put pressure on Full Serrano. And everybody was thinking, well, that's Bob Baffert, Smith using the Baffert horse to soften up Full Serrano. To soften up Full Serrano for Privman. Well, what happened at the top of the stretch, Full Serrano and Nevada Beach kept going, and Privman never rallied. And so Nevada Beach wears down, Full Serrano wins anyhow.
Yeah, if anyone was going to show speed, you would have thought that it would be Privman, to be
right?
Honest with you.
Yeah.
And they reversed roles, but that's Baffert, and it is what it is.
But the thing about it was, what Mike Smith's premature move was the move that made the win, because I guess he knew a little bit more than maybe the handicappers did about how much horse he had under him.
Yeah, it really was interesting, and the runner-up, Serrano, really had no excuse. They weren't like going crazy fractions.
No,
or
he was just galloping along there. Yeah.
And the Brad Cox horse just never showed up. He didn't run a step.
No, yeah.
He was certainly a disappointment. Another interesting race yesterday, Ralph, was Johannes.
Yeah.
That horse just obviously is, leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else in Southern California. But down the backstretch, it looked like he broke down for a second. He took a crazy step.
It looked like he clipped heels from the horse in front of him that was wide. And for the life of me, I'm sitting there going, the hell are you doing get that close to the horse? You're on the outside. You're not pinned down on the rail. But you're right.
It looked like
you're right.
A bad step and was going to be eased out of the race.
Yeah, you're right.
In 3 seconds, he righted the horse, but for a split second, like what the heck was going on there? But he overcame it, and he's just a terrific horse.
It was an unforced error, I thought. But in any case, it got the job done. And do you not like the loyalty and integrity of trainer Ryerson for
Derek Ryan, the trainer
Ryan, yeah, for Bookham
and by the way, he's not the only guy lobbying for Paco Lopez, because if you heard the interview with Fawkes yesterday after winning the race on the hill, he said, did you give the rider instructions? He said, no, Paco Lopez gave him instructions. He had Paco call the new rider, who was the third rider mentioned on that horse.
Yeah.
And he told him how to ride him, and he gave all the credit to Paco Lopez. So a lot of trainers certainly backing Lopez, and I think rightfully so, to be honest with you, because if you train horses that he rides for you, he gives 110%. Again, he may be a little wild sometimes, but trainers appreciate guys that go all out for them, and that's what Paco Lopez does.
And you know who appreciates more than the trainers even are the horse players. Yes, the players who appreciate that as well.
Listen, in this day and age with triples and superfectas, you want guys riding through the wire. If a guy's beat, you don't need him easing up and they're getting knocked out of the tri or super. You want guys riding through the wire all the time, 100%. And
I've always contested that if racetracks are going to offer bets that include second, third, fourth, and fifth place horses, that they have an automatic reminder to remind the jockeys to ride through the wire for every position. If they say, well, the horse was getting tired, I didn't want to hurt him, I ease up, then don't offer the bet. But if you're going to offer the bet, finishing fifth in a superfecta, when a guy has it going in fifth after the first four horses have crossed the wire, is just as important as winning a photo finish. For the players, just saying for the players. If you think it's going to...
Ralph, for the owners also,
because they get checks too. Yeah.
They get checks, and they need help paying these bills, and it's not cheap. So you're right. But riders they get paid to ride the horse the entire race. Not for a 16th of a mile less than the races, but ride the horse through the wire.
Now,
that's all we ask.
If the horse is in distress and needs to be pulled up, that's one thing. But the jock's sitting there and he's running in third and he says, "Well, I can't get the win anyhow, so I'm going to wrap up and save the horse." Wrong. If you are offering those bets, and the track has every option not to offer the bet if they think it's for the best and the safety of the horses. But if you're offering the bet, unless the horse is in distress or something like that, and you got lazy jockeys just saving for the trainer for the next race, that is not that's not for the integrity of the horse player. Don't offer the bets then. That's all.
Exactly. I agree 100%, Ralph.
All right. Now that we settled that, we've settled quite a few things on this show. I guess we settled that too. Let's get to some picks.
All right, so let's go to Belmont at Aqueduct for the first of our radio plays. It comes in the fifth race today, a mile and a 16th on the turf, and I like a price play in here, Ralph. I like the number 11 horse, Tuck Check. 4-year-old filly from the Lindsay Schultz barn. She does a terrific job out of town. Doesn't ship to New York often, but when she does, she means business. Manny Franco takes the mount, 10-1 on the morning line. I like number 11, Tuck Check, to win today's fifth race out at Belmont at the Big A.
Now, I want to just put the little asterisk on there because you sent this to me as well, turf only. But like you said, it's going to be on the turf today, no problem, right?
Well, when I sent you the email, it started to rain, to be honest with you,
Okay.
in New York. So I said, well, I better indicate that in case the rain continues, but it stopped, so they're on the grass.
Okay.
All good.
But if some goofy thing happens and it comes off the turf, it's a not a play. But in the fifth
Right.
race, the 11, tuck check. The check, please.
Correct.
All right. Where are we
Let's go
going?
to Churchill. Churchill, look at race number 3, and there's an interesting horse in here, Ralph. Number 6, Brazenly. Southern California players know this horse because he spent his entire career running in Southern California. He's been privately purchased, and he changed barns today, goes to Bill Walden. Irod Ortiz to ride. This horse is running a flat mile today, which is 1 turn at Churchill, and I think this horse is going to fit this race like a glove. 9-2 on the morning line. Number 6, Brazenly, gets you some pick 6 money in today's 3rd race out of Churchill Downs.
All right, 3rd race at Churchill. Number 6, Brazenly. Irad aboard for Jonathan there. The 6 in the 3rd race. By the way, in that race back at Aqueduct, there's several scratches, and they're all around your horse. The 10 horses scratched. You got the 11. He's in. But then 14, 15, and 16 are also scratched. So I want to make sure everybody knows that, at least for the scratches that we have.
They were MTOs, by the way, Ralph. The bottom horses, they were MTOs, so they came out. Right.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that they knew that. All right, let's wrap it up at Santa Anita.
4th race today at Santa Anita, 6 furlongs on the turf. I like the number 7 horse in here, Yellow Sundress, a 4-year-old filly from the Mark Latt barn. Excuses in her last 2 races. Last race, she won a mile. She's not a 2-turn horse. 2 races back, she ran 5 furlongs on the Del Mar turf course, where if you don't have speed, you're in big trouble. Back to Santa Anita today, where she does her best running. 4-1 on the morning line. Kent DeSormo aboard to ride. I like number 7, Yellow Sundress, to win today's 4th race out at Santa Anita.
And a key element in this is the distance of the race. 6 furlongs on the turf will give this horse a chance to get up and win. In the 4th race, the 7, Yellow Sundress, the 7 in the 4th. Jonathan, you got 3 full sheets today. Santa Anita, Belmont at Aqueduct, and at Churchill Downs. And don't forget Churchill Downs, a mandatory payoff in the pick 6 with a 20-cent base bet there as well. Where to get it?
JONHARDOON.com. Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
All right. We will not have you on Wednesday's show, but you'll give us...
You'll have me Wednesday. Thursday, you won't have me. Wednesday this week.
All right. We're going to have you Wednesday, not Thursday, though, but you'll leave us picks anyway, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, enjoy, Jonathan, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Thanks, Ralph. Be well.
All right. You got it, my man. We're taking our next break, and as usual, following Jonathan, at least as usual, will be Rich Eng, and he'll be with us right after the break. Don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans. Everybody knows where the money's going, every single dollar. God bless you. Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is high stakes and wild cards. This is family and tradition. This is everything on the line. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The South Point 400, a NASCAR playoff race, October 10th through 12th. Get your tickets now. LVMS.com.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time now to go out to Rich Eng on this NFL Sunday. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners.
Well, Richie, they started out the NFL early today, half a world away. It seems like we're playing a lot more games overseas these days, I guess, to maybe branch out the NFL brand.
Yeah, it is branding by the NFL marketing. They've got a game in Dublin, Ireland that's going on right now, Ralph. It's Pittsburgh 14, Minnesota 3 with just 1 minute left in the second period.
All right, and by the way, what a game that was last night, the college game, Penn State and Oregon. Oregon squeaked out a win without the point spread. So a winner there. You're on a 2-win streak, NFL Thursday night and yesterday's college.
Yeah, and just a reminder, the point spread was really small. It was 3.5.
Yeah.
Got the hook for Oregon. And what I always like to recommend is when a team is that close, sprinkle a little money on the money line, because then you'll pick up like a plus 140, plus 150.
Yep.
So if they win the game outright, you get a little extra gravy, Ralph.
Yep, and that's what happened yesterday. Now we got the NFL today. I saw your pick. You sent me your pick, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, I was actually going to give out the Pittsburgh Steelers because they were one of the 5 NFL teams. If you remember, before the start of the regular season, I bet 5 win totals over and under. Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh is one of the teams I bet over it, over 8.5, and they're leading 14-3. So it looks good right now, but it's a 60-minute game. But I had to give out my second favorite pick of Sunday. It is game 275, 276. The Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. The Packers are a 6.5-point favorite on the road. They're coming off a 13-10 loss against Cleveland in a game they never should have lost.
Right.
Last-second field goal by the Browns, and the Packers had a 10-0 lead with like 3 minutes left in the game, and they just choked it up. Dallas is having a rough time, minus the Micah Parsons, the after Micah Parsons era, and they've suffered some more injuries. CeeDee Lamb is not playing. He's their best receiver. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have some problems, I believe. Packers minus 6.5.
And you add to the dynamic of this game that Parsons is showing up back in Dallas today on the other side of the ball. This is going to be a lot of fun. And the Green Bay Packers, that team was smarting all week long about how they lost the game. They are breathing fire, I would think. So the Green Bay Packers minus 6.5 at Dallas. Is that the late game, by the way?
Yeah, that's the NBC game with Chris Collingsworth and Mike Tirico tonight.
All right, Richie, let's get a horse pick now.
Race number 4, we're going to have a Siraco play right off the bat, Ralph.
All right.
I know Jonathan likes to get the Siraco horse. I'm going with the outside horse, the number 10, Tight Squeeze. We got Abel Lascano replacing Hector Barrios, who was riding the 8 horse, but sorry for my dog, but it's 5-1. Abel Lascano.
All right, I'll give it out, and you go feed the dog. In the 4th race, the 10 horse, Tight Squeeze, the 10 in the 4th. And, of course, Jonathan came with the 7, so the Siraco play is going to be the exacta box, 7, 10, 10, 7 in the 4th. Get the rest of which Richie has to offer after he feeds his dog, of course. But he's got it on there right now at the racedaylasvegas.com website. Thanks a lot, Rich.
Hey, bye-bye now.
All right, you got it. We're going to take our final break, and when we come back, we got John Lindo and Jerry J to wrap up this Sunday show, so don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
Are you ready to lock in your bets and cash in on the games this weekend? Join Jeff Parles and Alex White.
One of my favorite plays here is getting 2 touchdowns with Florida State.
Even though the total's been batted down a little bit, I still think it's okay to go under.
Chris Andrews and Vinny Magliulo.
I don't think this is a great Kansas City team. I think the Chargers win this game.
All right.
If you see a hook here, it's not going to last long.
The wise guys are certainly not going to play the favorites.
Every NFL matchup, every college game that matters, the spreads, the stats, and the smart money plays.
Are we sure either of these quarterbacks are good?
Hell no, we're not sure.
Bet your winning edge with Football Frenzy, streaming live on YouTube every Friday at noon Pacific.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All righty, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Do want to correct one thing. There is not the pick six at Santa Anita carried over today. It's that Sunset Six pick six that's carried over. You got to follow the bouncing balls, and I just said pick six when I should have said the Sunset pick six. Anyhow, let's go out to John Lindo. John, good morning.
Hard to keep track, isn't it?
Man, they got too many of those things, and they overlap. I forget it.
I tried to tell you.
Man. Anyhow, any thoughts about the two Breeders' Cup winning ring races today at Santa Anita?
Well, I'll be watching Cavalieri coming off the layoff for Bob Baffert. He's got Seismic Beauty, who won the Hirsch down at Del Mar. And Cavalieri is unbeaten in 4 starts. And, this is her prep for the Breeders' Cup Distaff. I think she's a good filly, but her stablemate Richie's going to make her run. So it'll be interesting, the tactics they use, who's going to make the lead and who's going to follow. But those are 2 important horses to watch. And Straight No Chaser got no help with the draw, being drawn inside all the speed.
Mm-hmm.
So Johnny Velasquez really has no choice. I think he's got to go from the inside. We're going to find out how fit he is coming off the layoff too.
Yeah, and when you talk about those 2 Baffert horses in the stake, I mean, either one of them, I guess, is going to win the race. But nevertheless, we remember what Baffert's other horse, Nevada Beach, did yesterday for Privman, and he kept going. So we'll wait and see about that. Nice horse, that Nevada Beach. Yeah.
He'll run all day.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, he's a nice horse. John, you have a sheet today, a full sheet for Santa Anita, of course. That includes a suggested late pick 4, but you also have a sheet for Churchill Downs of a suggested late pick 5, which are the last 5 races, and the pick 6 with the mandatory payoff today. And both sheets can be had right now, full sheets, the Lindo Report, at the South Point Racebook right here, free of charge, and only here at the South Point Racebook, here in the gaming capital, because they love horse players. Well, let's get some picks.
Let's go to race 7 at Churchill Downs first. In the 7th race today at Churchill, number 5, Don't Mind If I Do, did not run a bad race at Kentucky Downs on the grass last time against no tag maidens. Time before at Ellis Park ran well in the dirt, gets back on, gets back on dirt today. Drops in for $150,000 claiming tag, 9-2 in the morning line. I think this is a good spot. Number 5, Don't Mind If I Do, race number 7, Churchill Downs.
All right, 7th race. It's kind of unusual to see a $150,000 maiden claimer as a drop, but that's what it is here in the 7th race at Churchill Downs. The 5, Don't Mind If I Do, the 5 horse in the 7th race today at Churchill Downs. And now, John, hopefully, if you cleared your throat by now, we'll take a pick at Santa Anita.
Ready to go. Let's go to race 6 at Santa Anita. In the 6th race, number 4, Booked Clubhouse, really finished well in a 5-furlong sprint, debuting down at Del Mar. He should love the extra 1/8 of a mile going 6 at the Santa Anita on the grass. A horse that's bred to improve with racing. I just think this is a better distance for this horse. And if we get the fair price of 4-1 on the morning line, we'll take it. Number 4, Booked Clubhouse, race number 6 at Santa Anita.
6th race at Santa Anita, number 4, Booked Clubhouse. The 4 in the 6th race today at Santa Anita is your play on the show. Don't forget the full sheets for Lindo's full sheet for Santa Anita and the last 5 at Churchill Downs right here at the South Point. And John, we'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll talk to you Wednesday. For next week, Ralph, just Friday, Saturday, Sunday for me. We'll do full cards, Keeneland and Santa Anita next weekend.
Okay, full cards at Santa Anita and at Keeneland. Keeneland does open on Friday.
Yep.
All right, thanks a lot, my man.
All right, good luck.
All right, now we're going to go to Jerry Jackwitz, sporting his Giants cap today. Jerry, good morning.
Only half the day.
Oh, later on you're going to put your Raiders cap on.
Raiders hat on, yeah.
All right.
Live football.
That's right.
And I have no opinion on football. So just a fan.
No opinion on football. You're just a fan, but you're.
I have an opinion, but it's the opinion of a fan. Not
you're a loyal fan. That's for sure.
Yeah.
In any case, they're racking up all these Breeders' Cup winning and win races over the last couple of weeks, and of course, next week's going to be a whole bunch of them as well. And I know you're racking up all of the information and statistics you need for your Jerry J's Power Page Breeders' Cup editions as well. Anything at all of any of the races so far in the Breeders' Cup that have piqued your interest?
Well, really, I really can't comment until after I've seen the speed figures.
Okay.
And kind of get a chance to dwell on them, which I tend to do in real time. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Rebel Romance running.
Oh yeah, I
mean,
think
the timing is so good.
Yeah.
I always found that the most opportune time for prepping a horse for the Breeders' Cup was right around September 20th.
Okay.
And I had a tremendous amount of long priced winners or horses that were hard to read who would race somewhere around September 20th. So here we are at September 27th. It's not that far off.
Okay.
And I mean, he's a big old good horse. He seems to like the Breeders' Cups.
Yes. All right. Time to get some picks today. We go to Belmont at Aqueduct.
Yeah, I just want to be, straight about everything, where we had really good results on Friday and Saturday. I mean, Friday.
Right.
Thursday and Friday. Saturday's results weren't so great, so I have to apologize.
Let's bounce back and get it done quickly.
But that's the way the game goes. Now, let's go to the 5th.
Okay.
We've got Competitive Threat, the 2-horse in the 5th from Chad Brown, Flavian Praddock, 7-2. This might be a short-priced overlay if we get above 2-1.
Okay.
Let's take the 2 over the 1, 4, 9, and 13.
1, 4, 9, and 13. All right, the 2 over 1, 4, 9, 13, and reverse. $2 ROI on the 2. Jonathan Ardoom came with the 11 horse, so I got a Siraco play of the 2, 11, 11 to exacta, but you're the 2 over 1, 4, 9, 13, and I imagine you'll put the 11 in as well?
You bet I will.
Okay. You've got 20 seconds for Santa Anita.
Not a problem. We'll go to the first. Number 5, Fight Back. The 5 with the 3, 6, 7, and 10. Another short-priced overlay.
All right.
Small reverse.
See, I know you could do it when you want to. In the first race, 1 o'clock at Santa Anita, you like the 5. Fight Back, the 5 over 3, 6, 7, and 10, and reverse. The $2 ROI on the 5. And don't forget, Jerry J's Power Pages for all of Santa Anita and all of Belmont at Aqueduct available right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. And he'll be bouncing back today, I have a feeling. That's for sure with the sheets.
Quick comment.
Go.
Book Clubhouse, John's horse is my top-rated horse, but I have a star horse in the race also.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good tease. 6th race, your top-rated horse is the 4, and you have a star horse in there as well. Get the Power Pages. Say it quick.
Have a great race day, everybody.